What if the United States could make an entire nation disappear from the world stage in the blink of an eye? Not in months, not in days, but in mere seconds. This isn't science fiction. This is the devastating potential of the 7 weapons we're about to break down. Each weapon is a step in a terrifyingly rapid escalation, designed to systematically obliterate Iran's ability to exist as a modern military power. And the number 1 weapon on this list? It's the final move, a checkmate that makes victory instantaneous. This strategy has a name: Operation Epic Fury. It's a classified war plan that just went live, aiming for nothing less than total military dominance over Iran in hours. The objective, as one high-level official stated, is to crush the Iranian regime with unrelenting force. This isn't about winning a war. It's about erasing the opponent from the board before they can even make a move. We're already seeing the first phase. U.S. Central Command has confirmed over 5,500 targets have been struck, but those are just opening shots. They are the setup for the 7 deadliest weapons in the U.S. arsenal, a 7-stage countdown to total annihilation. The first 6 clear the path, dismantling Iran's defenses piece by piece. But the 7th weapon delivers the final, instantaneous blow. A weapon so fast, so intelligent, and so unstoppable, it redefines the very meaning of war. Let's break down the 7 weapons the U.S. could use to destroy Iran in seconds. Number 7. Tomahawk cruise missiles. Any modern American war starts with the same sound: the whisper of 1,000 tomahawks. In the first hours of Operation Epic Fury, U.S. destroyers and cruisers unleashed a storm of these missiles from way over the horizon. Their job is to kick the door down. Before a single pilot is put in harm's way, waves of Tomahawks scream across Iranian airspace, flying so low and fast that radar can't catch them. They're aimed at the very heart of Iran's defense: command bunkers, air defense sites, and communication hubs. In just the first few days, over 2,000 munitions, many of them Tomahawks, wiped out critical infrastructure. But what if you could do more than just blow up a building? This is where the Tomahawk gets truly game-changing. Imagine a variant, not with an explosive warhead, but an experimental electromagnetic pulse, or EMP. A volley of these hypothetical ghost missiles wouldn't level a city, but it could black it out in an instant, frying every circuit, killing every screen, and plunging enemy command into total silent darkness. It's the first step to taking down a modern military. You turn off the lights. Number 6. The F-22 Raptor and F-15E Strike Eagle. Once the Tomahawks have blinded the enemy, you have to own the sky. That is the one and only mission of the F-22 Raptor. It's not a fighter jet. It's an apex predator, built for one thing: total air dominance. Flying from Allied bases surrounding Iran, the F-22's blend of stealth, speed, and advanced sensors makes it a ghost, completely lethal to any opposing aircraft. In the opening stages of the conflict, Raptors swept the skies, ensuring that not a single Iranian jet could get near the American bombers that followed. But the Raptor doesn't work alone. It's paired with the F-15E Strike Eagle, a beast of a jet that can carry a massive payload for ground attacks. While Raptors hunt high above, Strike Eagles roar in low and fast, hitting targets painted for them by their stealthy partners. Now, here's where we take a speculative leap. What if these jets weren't just piloted, but were nodes in a single terrifying network? Imagine an AI swarm mode, where one F-22 pilot acts like a quarterback for a dozen loyal wingman drones. Instead of one jet hitting one target, the Raptor pilot could designate an entire enemy squadron, and the AI swarm would execute the attack in a perfectly coordinated, inescapable kill box. A dogfight over the Strait of Hormuz? No, it'd be an execution. Over in 30 seconds. Number 5. The Aircraft Carrier Strike Group. Nothing projects American power quite like a carrier strike group. For Operation Epic Fury, the Navy sent its crown jewel, the USS Gerald R. Ford. This isn't just a ship, it's a floating fortress, a sovereign airbase carrying over 75 aircraft. From its deck, waves of F-35s and Super Hornets launched around the clock. In the opening hours, these jets systematically took apart the Iranian Navy, sinking over 60 vessels, including all 4 of their advanced Soleimani-class warships. They seized total control of the sea. A carrier's real power is its ability to launch sortie after sortie without ever letting up. But in a war where every second counts, you can imagine a terrifying escalation, a second strike swarm. Instead of launching jets one by one, what if the carrier and its escorts could unleash a simultaneous volley of over 200 drones and missiles in less than 10 seconds? In a hypothetical blitz like that, a port like Bandar Abbas wouldn't be slowly worn down. It would be wiped off the map in a single blinding flash of fire and steel. Number 4. The B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. Some targets can't be hit from the sea. They're buried deep underground, hidden beneath feet of steel and concrete. This is where Iran has hidden its most sensitive assets, its nuclear program. And for these targets, the Pentagon really only has one tool for the job: the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. These iconic flying wings can fly from bases in the U.S. all the way to their target, designed to be practically invisible to enemy radar. Their mission is the most critical of all: to guarantee Iran never gets the bomb. To do that, they carry the GBU-57 Massive Ordnance Penetrator, a 30,000-pound bunker buster. These are the kinds of weapons needed to hit heavily fortified sites like Fordow and Natanz. In fact, a few months later in June, during Operation Midnight Hammer, B-2s did exactly that, proving this concept works. But imagine a penetrator barrage. Instead of one bomb, a B-2 drops a series of munitions that trigger a seismic cascade. The shock waves would ripple through the earth, collapsing the entire underground facility from within, turning a mountain fortress into its own tomb. Number 3. Layered missile defense. Patriot THAAD Aegis. You can't attack a country like Iran and not expect a counterpunch. Tehran has thousands of missiles, and it has already launched waves of them at U.S. forces and allies. So, how do you fight back while under fire? You build a shield. The U.S. has deployed the most sophisticated multi-layered missile shield ever created. Out at sea, Navy destroyers use the Aegis system to fire SM-3 and SM-6 interceptors. On land, the THAAD system hits missiles high in the atmosphere. And for anything that gets through, Patriot batteries provide the final line of defense. This shield has been incredibly effective, slashing incoming drone and ballistic missile attacks by around 80%. But what if your defense could become your offense? Let's imagine a speculative upgrade, a mirror shield. What if these systems didn't just shoot down incoming missiles, but could use electronic warfare to hack their guidance? An enemy hypersonic missile, instead of getting blown up, is simply turned around mid-flight and sent right back where it came from. The result? Iranian missile silos would be vaporized by their own weapons. A perfect, terrifying boomerang strike that turns their greatest strength against them. Number 2. Directed energy weapons. For decades, this was just science fiction, but the U.S. Space Force has already played a critical, if unseen, role in Operation Epic Fury, providing vital intelligence. Now imagine the next step. From the silent vacuum of space, a new kind of weapon comes into play. Not a missile that takes minutes to arrive, but a weapon that strikes at the speed of light. This is the world of directed energy weapons. Picture an orbital platform firing a high-powered laser, instantly vaporizing an Iranian satellite and blinding their intelligence network. Or, even more terrifying, a rod from God. A dense tungsten rod, dropped from orbit at incredible speed. There's no explosion. Just a silent, pure release of kinetic energy equal to a small tactical nuke, turning an enemy warship into a cloud of superheated plasma in less than a second. It's the ultimate high ground, a weapon you can't jam, can't intercept, and that strikes with absolutely no warning. Number 1. AI-driven hypersonic missiles. This is it, the checkmate weapon that makes every other defense obsolete. Hypersonic missiles aren't brand new, but the US is on the verge of deploying systems like the Army's Dark Eagle. These weapons are terrifying because they combine the raw speed of a ballistic missile with the agility of a cruise missile, flying at over Mach 5 while making unpredictable turns. That makes them nearly impossible for any current defense system to stop. Now imagine how you'd use this to end the war. The goal is no longer just to weaken the enemy, but to decapitate the regime. A B-1 bomber, flying at the edge of Iranian airspace, releases a swarm of 10 advanced hypersonic weapons. Each one is guided by an AI that's been analyzing the regime's command structure in real time. They don't fly in a straight line. They skim the atmosphere, making last-second jogs to evade detection. In the 2 minutes it takes them to cross the country, they independently find and lock onto their targets. The leadership bunker in Tehran, the backup command post, the Revolutionary Guard headquarters, every critical node of the regime's nervous system. The impacts are almost simultaneous. A wave of kinetic energy rips across the country. Iran's leadership isn't just defeated, it's erased from the chain of command before it can even issue a final order. That is how you achieve total domination in seconds. From the opening punch of Tomahawk missiles to the final, decapitating strike from AI-guided hypersonics. This strategy lays out a terrifying blueprint for modern war. It's a war defined by speed, technology, and overwhelming force. The 7 weapons on this list, both real and speculative, show a clear ladder of escalation, from controlling the sea and sky to taking out buried targets and finally to completely dismantling an enemy's ability to lead. The March 2026 campaign shows how U.S. combat power can systematically crush a sophisticated adversary with relentless precision. While no conflict is ever certain, the technology on display offers a frightening glimpse into the future of war, a future that arrives in minutes and can be over in seconds. What do you think is the most game-changing weapon in the U.S. arsenal? Let us know in the comments below. And for more deep dives into military tech and geopolitics, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell.